и не будут видеть, что вы там шаманите за ней. Вот, но, опять же, это будет работать только если эта картинка будет находиться выше источника именно захвата с рабочего стола. Только если это будет находиться наоборот, естественно, ничего работать не будет. Вот, а что, прежде чем сделать, прежде чем запустить, внимательно это все дело посмотрите. Потом есть такая тема, как браузер. Что такое браузер? Это если вы используете донат, к примеру, вот как я с Donation Alerts или еще с какой-то платформы, вы заходите на него, добавляете источник, у меня он уже настроенный. Тут обзываете опять же как хотите, добавить новый источник. Прежде чем запустить, внимательно еще с какой-то. Прежде чем запустить, внимательно еще с какой-то. Прежде чем запустить, внимательно еще с какой-то.
Так. Так. Микрофон. Так, теперь слышно. Теперь свойства динамики Realtor Digital. Так. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. По дефолту поставим. По дефолту. По дефолту.
Выше.
Ай-яй-яй-яй. Что? Да. Ну, и... я понял. Это не там. Покажите ваш самый последний ваш зависимость, добавьте самый последний событие вашего. Ну, вот это надо. Так, выбрать цель пожертвования. Лаунч. Так. Ох, блядь. Давай это поставим. теперь нормально? Хм. По-моему... Так, а теперь нормально? Да, сейчас нормально, по-моему. Хм. По-моему... Так, а теперь нормально? Да, сейчас нормально, по-моему. Хм. По-моему, зашел кто-то, нет? Привет. Но у меня что-то не видно. А меня слышно вообще? Подожди, меня слышно?
When you watch them compete, please remember all the possible sacrifices that they made.
Great shot from Alu. The fourth as well, looking for the ace. Alu delivers in round number 15.
Now it's on to electronics, going to isolate. Oh, himself, he raised it, and an arc, a power surge right through two.
So if you just felt a disturbance in the force, that is because it is semi-final day here in the Spodek. Are we ready? Oh man, have I got the feels for this today. A major. Every year we come here, our annual pilgrimage to KATOWICE, to this fabulous location. And today we have 4 teams here on semi-final day ready to tear each other apart. It is gonna be great. And as I look around here, these are the lucky people, the people who managed to get in, because it's standing room only. So wherever you're watching this, it is going to be someday a double A side of matches. And that's a reference you're not going to get if you're born after 1992. This afternoon, our second semi-final, MIBR. Anyone a fan? Taking on Astralis. And you can say that they are 2 of the greatest all-time CS rosters, but we have a semi-final first, and 2 teams who want to prove that they are good enough to take home that trophy and the lion's share of $1 million. So let's introduce them. First to come out here in the Spodek, it's Na'Vi. Just look at them, a team of absolute Central European monsters. Flamey, ready to get his hands on that pistol. But they are taking a team on that have just achieved more than anyone thought was possible. They're here to make it further than anybody thought they could. Please welcome to the stage, it's Ence! Are Na'Vi about to get finished? It's time to find out. A best of 3 in the Spodek. Who's winning this? Is it Na'Vi? Is it Ence? One more time. Is it Na'Vi? Is it Ence? Let's get it on!
They say there's 2 things to count on with Na'Vi: simple fragging and the crowd in KATOWICE favoring them. Not today, though. My goodness.
Look, Alex, I love an underdog story as much as the next
Not
guy.
today, though. My goodness.
Look, Alex, I love an underdog story as much as the next guy, but I also enjoy breaking hearts. And unfortunately for all those fans out there, Na'Vi are going to come out hot in this one. I've got a feeling that these boys are going to get straight to this final and make it look easy, because Train coming up, sure, this is where it started for Ence. They were 7-0 down against Big, and from there, they're able to win that map, and that's where they started that 8-map streak to get to this point.
100% win rate on 2 of the maps in this best of 3 in this tournament.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a scary statistic.
That's something.
I mean, Na'Vi is going to start CT side on Train right now. That's a tough spot for a young team like Ence to go up against them on T side. Dust too, I kind of favor Ence, I'm being honest.
Oh, good C3. I hope to see that Mirage, that's for certain. Something worth talking about is that every major has some story similar to that event, at least to some degree. We've had our Gambit run, Immortals have done it, Cloud9 in Boston. There is always a blip on the radar that no one saw coming and reaching that peak at just the right moment. Ence seem to be in a different category.
Yeah.
This has been grit, determination, hard work, and slowly but surely climbing that Counter-Strike ladder, and right now they find themselves not far from the top, the trophy in the center of the stage, and Na'Vi standing between them and the grand final.
The fundamentals have gotten them this far, but this is where the game changes. They proved against Liquid that they could do it on the big stage, but Na'Vi have been here many times before. This is like home for them. At this point, they're not worried about the stage, they're not worried about the crowd. That doesn't actually do it on the big stage, but Na'Vi have been here many times before. This is like home for them. At this point, they're not worried about the stage, they're not worried about the crowd. That doesn't actually affect them, whereas Ence, they've done it once, but can they do it again? Can they be pressured? Can they be pushed to the limit and still bounce back? Because this is a completely different battle.
It's going to have to be strong individual plays, and if you catch them and want to see them again, do submit them. The Mountain Dew Amped Game Fuel Power Play, you can use the hashtag submit exactly which ones you think are the very best plays that we'll be breaking down at the Emerald Desk later on. My God, I'm excited. Train first, but the T-side events that you just are a little worried about, Sean.
I am. I mean, Alo has had a lot of success coming out of Team Main, though. I think, personally, they're probably going to try to attack some. People have been doing it all, like, repeatedly throughout this tournament so far, trying to attack. They haven't been successful at all.
That's one of the big 3 battles that I'm looking at. On the T side, when you look at this Ence team, they have a bailout play, or they have an information play where they get Alexi out into mid, he gets out into the Olaf position, and from there he grabs map information and makes a call, makes a play, makes a read. So that's one of the battles that Na'Vi have to be able to stop, and then you're right, towards that inside bomb site is where Ence's attention should be. If they can take down Zeus, if they can stop Simple, helping him in that part of the map, they can really run away with this.
Na'Vi are counting on Simple, right? I mean, we can't have another Simple bottom of the scoreboard showing against a team that's hitting their peak.
He is such a strong CT side. You'll see him play Ivy from the E-box area. Really crazy off angles where he can swivel around and play spots at once. So I expect this to be Simple right here.
Vintage Simple up against the new brand of Finnish Counter-Strike. Our first map, Train, Dust 2 lies in the wings, as does Mirage, should we see 3. A semi-final, a Cinderella story, unlike anything we've witnessed in Katowice. Ence Esports, will they continue their run? Yes, a Cinderella story, but the clock strikes midnight versus Na'Vi. Map 1, it's time for semi-final 1. Henry, Matt, this should be a spicy endeavor.
We absolutely hope so, Alex. Ence versus Na'Vi. Semi-finals time, Katowice. I hope you're with us. Give me everything you've got. Let's make some noise as Ence will defend now. It's up to the T side with the smokes, the flashbangs available to them. It's a very slow start here. Normally, in these big plays, we'll see execution go through quickly, but there it is. The smoke's dropped on the bomb site now.
Conceal of the smoke, Edward gets back in. Ence showed excellent team play against Liquid. That will work against Na'Vi. Slow may be the name of the game for both teams on their T sides. Wrapping in Aerial. He'll get electronic down, turns around, looks through a ball, but Edward was there the whole time. We saw him work out from Zed Connector, and it's he and Simple. It's one man who's been absolutely incredible throughout the course of this event, but he's got it all to do now. Has the bomb at least for a minute and 12 seconds on the clock. Alexi's gonna fall off.
He's got the bomb. 24 HP at this point. Just getting that bomb planted would be a success. Edward trying to hunt for some information here. He pushes towards Ivy. You can see inside currently open. Simple was in the connector, however. He'll be watching that lower ramp. 55 seconds remain. And Alexi just waiting for any CTs pushing, hoping to get an advantage through some patience here.
They're playing it perfectly on the Na'Vi side, of course, to be able to rotate either direction. Bomb dropping from upper, 24 HP. If he even gets tagged by Simple, it'd be a crater. Requires Simple spotting him, however, because he's gone back towards CT instead, looking for further information, and Alexi gets in. Planted. Money at least for Ence. It's impossible. I think he might be able to slide by, but Edward was ready for it. They didn't see him on the right, they knew he was on the left.
So Ence waiting for that initial utility, went for the outside execution. The trades were looking good, but then Na'Vi finding multiple frags. Edward just to the sort of pace in that one. 5 kills for Edward, so maybe he'll be able to back to back. Before. Fantastic work by him. And in that 2 versus 1, you're right, they played it perfectly. Yes, they let the bomb go down, but they stayed in the connector. They were next to each other. Any sort of threat was going to be eliminated if they worked in this sort of manner. Great stuff from Edward. It's going to light the fire beneath him as we get into round number 2. I don't expect Ence to force buy in this second round. They'll bring out a decent, solid buy in the third. Just a P250, a couple of those purchases here. And it's up to Ence now to try and get that bomb plant again. They're stabbing each other in spawn. You don't like to see that, but it doesn't really matter in this sort of round, I suppose.
You still don't like to see it at all. Only down to 64 already. Zeus waits bottom ramp inside. They'll try and rush to get another bomb plant in place. Get that money rolling early. SMG likewise for Zeus. He can build up a bit of a bank. Simple. Keen as always, you could say. Already on the AWP.
You can see they got one flashbang here, so got to go for that inside play. Simple. The AWP in round number 2. Do you like that?
Taking the angle. He was late to get on top of the tanker. They were already around the corner when he got to the spool, and he's down for 1. Ball plant was inevitable at this point. He's forced to go off to a pistol. This is where it becomes a problem. If you buy the off early and pistols overwhelm you, if they outrun you, it's an expensive gun to lose. Lexi's gotten in behind them. This could actually steal back the round. Say it, but he's already lost Sergey. That was what he needed. Sergey had to be holding off the bomb because now they can actually just send 1 to keep him busy, and they'll go back toward the defuse.
2 kills and a bomb plant. That's not bad. They're going to have a ton of money here, and you're absolutely right. Bringing that all down in the second round. As Sumo was dropped by Edward is... So will Ence. Alu's certainly going to buy the AWP here. No doubt about that. $6,000. He'll be dropped it, however. So it's going to be Sergey giving him the sniper. And this is the first real gun round here. I guess Na'Vi with a couple of compromises. Edwards will have an AUG for now, but Zeus with the MP9 is Flame with the FAMAS as they juggle weapons around. Simple, of course, still has his AWP. And we'll see what kind of spawn he had. He actually has the upper ramp spawn here, so he can get control of that position. That might be on the cards, but the thing is, Alu's heading there as well. We're going to have a sniper battle here to kick things off. Zeus sends in the flashbang. Alu is wrecked by it, and down goes the first. Simple gets the opening frag and falls back.
Alu still has the op to contend with, but Simple knows the situation. He's already gone back. He'll rotate off of this. Brilliant start. Flashbang, you're right, absolutely wrecked them.
Yep, they didn't see that coming. Alu wants to go with the fast pick at lower ramp, which is a very viable approach, but when the AWP swords up, it can all go horribly wrong, as it is for X7 as well. Towards that Ivy position, he takes a nade and a few bullets, down to 22 HP.
Off again outside. A main. Edward needs to be very careful at this point, though, because Electronics watching Pop Dog, but does he know that Sergey's already out? Holding in the corner aggressively. Gun barrel certainly could be caught off. All he needs is one misstep. Position for Edward to work from as well. If he's spotted and they're not completely side by side, they'll be able to trade it, they'll be able to swing on the second. So he backs off to Sandwich, probably the better call in this situation. X7 meanwhile, still out toward Ivy with Flamey guarding the entrance.
They're going to have to commit to outside at this point, 30 seconds remaining. A couple of smokes and flashbangs as well. X7 low, Edward in a prime position.
He is. And this is better because, again, Sandwich, he can control the angle, bomb down, he gets backs off further to give him a more linear perspective. But again, he has to watch for X7. They don't know that he's there. He came in late. Edward down. Unfortunately, it's just he and Alu because it looks like they'd opened up some room inside of the site. Alu can't hit the shot. He wants to see the AWP at this point in time. Just get away. 90 seconds. He will. Pursuing. And Zeus is smart to go all the way out. Ivy wants to catch him going into spawn. He's low HP. Down goes the AWP.
Big frag there from Zeus, and a lovely round from Na'Vi in general. It's Edward who managed to get that all-important kill. They had the 5 versus 4 early on in the rounds due to the AWP push in the upper ramp. And then Ence, very patient, waiting for the opportunity, trying to bleed out some of that utility. Not so much an execution outside, but a pincer from the Ivy, main entrance, and Popdog unable to find the kills, and it's going to be Na'Vi keeping 4 players alive. Ence with the loss bonus, though, do have enough to buy up in round number 4. They have 4 AK-47s and Sergey on the Deagle. Now, these sort of rounds, you're going to want to deploy as many smokes as you can and allow these AKs to get deep towards the bomb sites. The only way you're going to cause a dent. As they get ready, 3 players towards the main entrance, and Edward segregates the Popdog area.
The train aerial positions himself so the feet don't reveal, and tries to catch off Simple, perhaps. They're both inside the smoke, and Simple doesn't realize it. He has no idea that they're so close. He's down, he'll see them, only for 1. 2 in that position, and Alexi knows he's got to act quickly, but rather than getting too aggressive, he falls off of the angle and waits for his teammates to gather the wings, because Flamey comes back inside. Sergey's Deagle. Rely on it at this point. Smoke down, they've already got 2 back through inside of the site directly. Zeus can afford to hold off on this because Electronic just sits in the corner. Alan! Reactions of a hockey snaps back, and he's now got Flamey. Edward has to hold off with the AUG. Steps out from Old Bomb, but X7 still on the other side, and it's Edward, the man who aced in the opening round, that has to hold off 2 remaining attackers with 52 seconds. There's a shadow of doubt on this as well, because the bomb can easily be picked up, gathered, and moved back. It's still an A main.
It still is. Got plenty of time here, 40 seconds, and Edward trying to find himself some sort of an advantage. Gets towards the back, tracks it. Now this could be a play. X7 aware of the threat, checking it every now and then, but has he got into safety? Absolutely has. Good flash. As they challenge his position, they're going to flush him out, and now Edward a huge disadvantage here. The bomb going to be recovered with 25 seconds remaining.
The outside site because X7 was holding it. Sat there, you're right, 1 HP, he finds Edward, and Ence get on the board, 2 players surviving.
4 AKs, 1 Deagle. Fast approach outside. Pretty scrappy, but they make it work, and they recover the AWP as well. It's going to be 3-1, still in favor of Na'Vi, as Ence pick up their first. Need to avoid that reset, though. There is cash available for Na'Vi, but it's being drained. UMPs are coming out, and there might be a double AWP situation. I'll have a look. Yes, indeed, there is. Simple manages to get the secondary off the Flamies. He's got a glass cannon right now, and he's going towards that lower ramp. This is the shotgun-style AWP play. We'll see if he can nail it.
He sits back on it. He doesn't go all the way up and try to take the fight. No flash in this time either. He's alone on the B site. He's downed. Sergey got across. It was the exact second Simple backed away, and that's going to open them up. Full access. Edward's on the front. X7 could catch him off, but Edward knows he's got a chance now. Howler's not even looking. He's got one already behind, and he'll just hold it off. He's waiting for further action, waiting for more people to arrive. Bomb's not yet planted. They go as far away from Edward as possible in doing so. He's trapped in, though, and X7 takes him down. Flamey's already gone.
They're off the mark now. There's a huge ramp for Ence to pick up. Simple towards that lower ramp. Not looking his usual self. You'd expect him to hit one there, but it's Sergey that took him down early on. And if you catch an AWP in that position, you can almost guarantee that's your cue to get in. If the AWP has gone down, there's not going to be one of the connector. Get in as quickly as you can. Get that bomb planted. And yes, Ed would have a lovely flank there, but he only had the UMP. He gets 1 kill, unable to upgrade, and X7 comes in with a backstab to close out the round. Flamey, like we said, glass cannon AWP here, holding towards Ivy. They are going to at least look around for him. They won't be aware he has a secondary up just holds up. It looks like he'll survive, so they have at least something in the next round. But I think they're going to have to take an eco here. They've got $2,000 per player. They'll get $2,400 into the next round, so that's enough if they can save the AWP again to have a decent buy. So it should be full eco around this AWP, but there's also an argument to be made that a force buy here could be worth it. We'll see which way they're inclined. Zeus already gone in for it, spending a lot of cash in the CZ and Kevlar. Electronic 2. It's Simple Edward, a bit more conservative. They have a few smokes to work with, but leaving themselves about $1,000 left.
So they hop aggressive toward Ivy this time. Zeus will hold the bottom of the ramp. Just the pistols to work with. Not surprising to see Simple on a Deagle. No armor at all to go along with him, though. So even if he gets a kill and a gun in his hands, he's a punching bag. Down as well to hold off where the op exists at this point. Damage on to Alexi. It's not going to really do much. Does reveal that Edward is at least on the CZ. Oh, it's crazy how fast things can swing in terms of economy. Sergey hits Edward, not before finding a kill in first. It's now Electronic. Straight above the bomb down, looks for another. Sergey didn't realize it, but he gets the AK and he's got all time in the world to find and line up the kill, even firing it back to Flamey to make sure that they get it picked up in the next round. He didn't quite get there, but they'll have 2 ops.
They have 2 orbs. I think that's going to be very worthwhile. There it is. Na'Vi go for not even the full investment there, a partial buy with the CZs, and you can see how deadly those can be in the right hand. It's Edward and Simple going to town here. Aggression at its finest. He recovers the AK-47 and closes it out towards Sergey there. Na'Vi strike back, and the tug of war continues here. 3 AKs, 1 Mac-10 and a UMP. Decent utility here. They can win this round, but what's the approach? Sending a few players towards the pop dog area and the main entrance. Sergey with the Molotov towards the upper ramp to block off any potential AWPers on the other side. Outside execution looking likely here. Aerial to lead the charge. His teammates set up the smokes, and presumably the flashbangs after, and he'll try and find that first pick.
Electronic Edward, he's still holding off. He hears them, he knows they're there. He's got one already, but this is where the trade comes in. They're staggered just enough, and Aerial stuck in behind. Electronic down. But Simple gets one, and he'll fade off. Bomb to be planted. Sergey wants to hold off, knows that he was exactly out toward Ivy, but where's he gone? Alu. He could foil this. He could come in late. Simple's not aware. Problem is that he's gone so far around that it's going to be a straight fight. Good news is they've just cleared this angle. I don't think they're going to expect him there at all. Couldn't find the shot to control, and that gives Simple all the control that he needs. Double up on a retake as it's down to Sergey. He still has bomb in his sights. Flashed off. Simple's watching it oh so closely, and both ops will. Flamey will find it instead. Na'Vi find 5.
It's warming up to be a really fun game, this one. So much skill on the server right now. Ence with a lovely execution there. Managed to trade out a couple of kills to get the bomb planted. Fall back. Those double orbs are looking fierce. Simple and Flamey not missing many shots at all. It's round 8, and even the bomb planted, I think Ence will have to take a partial buy here. Osborne is currently at the 2nd stage, and they'll get $2,900 per play into the next round. On top of their 3Ks, they can definitely afford a deagle, some smokes and stuff like that, but they might just take the full eco here. We'll see. Nice shots from Simple here, as we'll see his work with the AWP. That was quick. So indeed, just the upgraded pistols, a couple of smokes, presumably smoke inside. See what you can do, get that bomb planted. Zeus to head towards the upper ramp, however. He's got the AUG. Scoped in. Eyes off, no damage done.
Simple rotates off early. Again, trying to continue to be unexpected and dynamic. Flamey is pretty static in comparison. He's had the op toward Ivy pretty much every single round. Good spot to hold from. Simple on the top of his edge. First ball does cross. They can still try and get that down. I say it. Sergey, great shot back. Simple had just up with an angle. Denied the second plant attempt, but the third one's a charm. Sergey still holds up. Knows well that AWP is on the other side. He's trying to get the angle on. It was lovely to take it down. He would love to do exactly that, but Flamey rushes him. Lexi, I'm afraid, is not long for this world. This Flamey gets far too close. 7-2. Excuse me, 6-2. This is starting to get away, but it's such a close game, really, when you look at the battles and the fact that Ence continue to get bombs down.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. The fact that Ence are hitting shots and they're actually getting consistent bomb plants here. Their strategies are good. It's just Na'Vi are looking really sharp in the individual form. As we get into round number 9, haven't really had a tactical timeout yet, but money's starting to look very strong indeed. Ence, with that bomb plant down, get an extra $800 per player. So that's why so many teams with just pistols head towards inside, because you're not guaranteed a bomb plant. You've got a very good chance you can just get 1 kill. Which they did. They got the plant down. Against Alexi. Bomb defused. Flamey currently sits at 6 kills. At the very top, it's Edward. 11-5 after that pistol ace. Outside fast play once again. 3 players towards main entrance. Aerial has to wait for the Flames to go down first.
Flames down, smoke engulfing upon the site as well. Edward takes advantage of that, but he won't account for Sergey walking out late. That also, though, is traded back by Electronic. It's Aerial that did, though. He's wanted to get forward so aggressively so many times. Where he is this time, but Alu takes advantage of that as well. Simple's gone. That's what they need, because Simple is firing on all cylinders so far on Train. In fact, he sits with 10 kills already. X7 has Electronic now. It starts to fall apart. Top of the site, holding only the CZ in his hands because the AWP, a bit too close for Flamey's comfort. Alu tries to get away. Spotted by Zeus. No damage done. He wants to go back and get the bomb, though. If that's red, they can rotate off this.
Still plenty of time here. Zeus with 100 HP. Flamey on 9. They need to get a pick here. Aerial is low. They have no real information as to where Ence are right now.
7 coming in late. Oh, Flamey spotted him! That could have won the round. The second shot could have done it all. They still now know that Alu's out toward A main. Bone has to cross. And Zeus is playing this so passively. He just wants them to walk directly in front. Alu, he certainly has the advantage in terms of fire. They don't know where he is. Aerial doesn't even know. Alu's guessing, and he's wrong. 21 seconds, Zeus has bomb down. Aerial's now low on HP. It's another close round, but everything seems to slip away for HP. Oh, Zeus just needs one shot, and he gets it.
Really well played there from Zeus. He's had a good tournament. That's a solid 2 versus 1 as well. Didn't panic, strong position there. As soon as he kills the bomb carrier, that's when he knows in a great position. His teammates are telling him the last player's already tagged up. It was a huge round for them to pick, as that would have cost them a lot in terms of the finances. Instead, they continue their rampage here on the CT side. $4,000 on average for Ence, maybe a little bit less for Aerial. He's got 2,900 right now. Might want to take the time out, which they have. They're first. And we'll work out what they're going to do with this one. They've had a great start here. Might not look like it on the scoreboard, but they're getting bombs down. They're making rounds very close. It's just fallen apart the last few moments there. Double orb setup still out for the CTs. Here's the replay of Alu's shots, who's had a fantastic tournament, Matt. He has looked very good.
Zeus is absolutely playing with his brain today. He's very smart. They know Alu took a guess, took a shot at it. Zeus then knew that he was on the up and still there, could just play the end perfectly. Risk to take the fight, but absolutely pays off. Trying again to work towards Sandwich. Made in. Softens them up. Never doesn't like to continue spraying. He might have been able to converge on that, but they've walked into Ivy. He's not aware, overwhelmed. And now it's the AWP in the hands of the team. Sergey's got it! And he shows it off with style. Simple! In a bit of a panic, he's going to try and run away. And he gets over toward B, bomb down. He just wants to save it at this point. Again, we talk about it. It might be 7-2, but these rounds, they're so close that there's no money for Na'Vi. Ence are right back in this now.
They absolutely are. You can see Ence have done their homework, and that's what executions are all about, is making the CTs feel uncomfortable, allowing you to get as close to the bomb site as you possibly can. With those pistols, absolutely perfect there. They get the first kill, then it snowballs out of control. They pick up the AWP, and Sergey ends up getting 3 frags. And now Simple just controlling CT's 4, now giving his position away. I don't think he'll be surviving this. 1 bullet from any of these weapons to take him down. And there it is. Ence, indeed, are right back in the game. With the reinvestment required, they might just have to take the eco here. If they do, they can still buy.
4 kills for Sergey. They exploded onto the site for somehow the first time they've come in Ivy and not been watched. Flamey's been there so consistently. He gets removed. Slow reactions. Edward just can't recover because he already has a presence inside a sandwich. He's watching.
Oh, what a shot. Really great stuff there from Sergey. They don't look nervous at all. They look ready for this challenge. It's the T side of train, remember. Very CT biased map. So it is going to be the eco for Na'Vi. A few Deagles and CZs. Can they replicate the success of Ence in the previous round? Edward might be flashed in here. There actually isn't a flash available, but there's headshots for Ence. It's going to be Aerial to get the first, and he'll fall back safely.
It's a bit aggressive to go for more. Pre-scoped in on the AUG. This could be one of the first times you see someone slip above an AUG scope, but that's not going to happen because Edward already found Alu. That gave Aerial all he needed for information, and he gets both back in exchange. Lose 1. Doesn't look like the round is in any doubts. Zeus could be up to something at this point. Sneaking in behind, I don't think there's enough time for him to go all the way around to T-spawn, down the stairs, and back in A main because they're already so well established inside of the site. Bomb's going to be long planted by then.
They're making sure they don't take any risks here. There's the fake plan just to bait out any potential CZ. Zeus dropped by Sergey. It's Aerial with 3 kills, and now just Simple remains. He actually fully invested into this round. You see him down to $50. He didn't have much. He gets Deagle and Kevlar, and now might have to save that because the bomb's planted. 4 kills to find, and at the very best, he might better steal away an AUG or an AK, something like that. Sergey's low as he heads towards T-spawn.
Deagle armor to carry over. This has been an absolute brawl between the two, though. Every single round. Just to note for bomb plants, it's been 4 defuses, 1 detonation. This one will be the first shot by Simple, at least, to keep himself alive, but they know he's in the corner. huge issue to go down after the time on the CT side. You're not going to lose all your money, but still he does at least keep the armor up. Took damage though, so he won't be able to get that free or discounted upgrade to the helmet.
No, but at least he has Deagle armor instead of nothing for this round, so it's actually quite valuable that he stays alive there. His teammates are going to buy. Edward with the Orc, Flamey, same story. Zeus with 5k. Does he want to drop the AWP and be left with just a Deagle? Maybe that's worth it in Simple's hands. They're going to take a timeout either way and discuss their options. This is a pivotal moment of the game. If Ence can pick up this round, they might actually be able to win the half on the T side against Na'Vi. Other people are questioning whether they can perform on the big stage, and I'm sure everyone's satisfied they certainly can. Some great performances so far. Just to know the AWP will not be purchased by Zeus. He gets himself an AUG. Electronic on the M4 and Simple staying on his Deagle and armor. He actually doesn't buy anything apart from one smoke and keeps himself on $2,000 to make sure he actually has cash going forward. Again, brings out a bit of utility and the kit towards the end, so forget that. He has to spend most of his cash now, but is this going to be enough? Round 12. A chance for Ence to really establish themselves here in the first half.
Simple the only one not with a purchased weapon. It's an aggressive stance from Na'Vi. Simple certainly capable on a Deagle. Bit harder than T-side, where if your entry fragger goes in with a gun, dies, you pick it up on the way by. It's not like a gun's immediately recoverable on CT in the same fashion. Early utility usage as well. Smoke already on A main. I'll have 3 more to work with, as well as an incendiary. B hit in quite a while, to be honest.
Only on their ecos, really. But for now, this is just what we call the default. You're not necessarily committing towards inside, he's making sure the CTs won't be sure as to where you're actually committing when you finish up. So it's Sergey that pushes any CT presence back. Zeus alone inside for now. Flamey will join him from the connector, and Edwards. Great game for him so far. It's his 14th kill. Alexi will be a little bit frustrated it went down like that. It's a 5 versus 4. Much needed kill for Na'Vi there.
Watching Ivy this time either. You can see Simple looking back just to make sure that he wasn't going to be caught off. Still is. So forward. The support for Ence was certainly there over Liquid, but he's got a number of fans today. He waited off. Down he goes. Couldn't do anything with the Deagle. Aerial's already got it on the AK. Electronic playing at the wall. Super wide off angle. Wants the E-box to save him. Sprays in for only one, and Alu spots him fast enough. But is it? It is for X7 because now they're into a 2-on-2. 7 seconds left. Zeus manages to pull one back. Alu's got to hold the plant. He's in the smoke. He stays alive. AWP up close, but Zeus is far too quick.
I thought for a moment Alu was going to pull off a no-scope there, but it is Na'Vi picking up the round. Edward kicked things off towards that pop dog area. Ence tried to commit. A barrage of frags coming through. It was back and forth. Comes down to the 2 versus 1. Ali was lucky to get the plants in. Still had a chance to win the round. It had to be the no-scope though. Didn't have time to pull it off. And Zeus with 2 kills. Edward will survive with him. They recover the AWP. And they haven't broken the finances of Ence just yet. Great work from Zeus. He's had some crazy moments so far. High impact kills here. Bomb down. Calm as you like. Recovers the orb. Defuses the bomb. Get it to round number 13. It's 8-4 in favor of Na'Vi on their CT side here in the first map at the best of 3. Remember, it's Dust 2 next. This is the pick of Ence. That's why they start with the T side here. Master Electronic. AWP for Simple. The rest of the players on Orcs here. And a nice strong buy for Ence. But their finances starting to run a little bit thin now. Aerial with the same smoke towards main entrance to allow him to progress towards Olof, but doesn't commit just yet. Waiting for his teammates to join him.
Tag damage through the smoke. Nade to go on top of it. Aerial's already forward. It won't hurt. It will the other way. He's gonna follow it up as well. He finds Edward behind the train. He'll swing. He'll hold. They get behind, but Electronic reveals himself through smoke. Comes back in. Aerial was never suspecting it, and he actually almost gets. He does. Oh, he caught himself up. He misstepped, and it nearly got him away from the bullets, but eventually he was found. Alexi now, with his first in the rounds, might have found the most important. Simple wants to work back in from Old Bomb. He'll play this with Zeus. Zeus in his 7th semi-final appearance. Of the previous 6 he was in, he was successful in 4. But Na'Vi fell victim in the final 3 times. The only one he won was with Gambit. He wants to get back there. He wants to make sure he's a winner with the team he's been a part of for so long. This one's not going to go their way. It is Ence pulling back number 5, 8-5. In fact, so keeping a dead level on Train. Still though, through the smoke, they'll fight both. They actually got them both down. No gun saved on the Na'Vi side.
Ariel's doing such a fantastic job with that AK-47. Overwhelming towards the outside bomb site. Those defaults, the smokes, it's all set up so perfectly. As he makes his way through, pixel perfect precision. This is the replay now. Look at him go to his second kill, then impressing the most. So confident in his own ability, leads the charge and finds success in round number 13. It is going to be the force buy from Na'Vi. You can see an auto shotgun for Simple. I don't think I've ever seen him use that weapon. He'll be joined by some CZs and Desert Eagles. And now it's up to Edward once again to try and crack things open towards Pop Dog. This time not going to happen.
Good find from Ariel again, but he couldn't follow it up. Electronic manages to just barely get away. Push back out. I think he did the damage the first time by. Sprays through and finds Flamey as well. He is alive. Simple. Alu joked saying he wanted a knife kill and 3 auto shotgun kills today. Simple's trying to get one first. From that range, probably not going to happen.
Ambitious, but for now, looks like Ence have done enough here. They might be able to bring this back to 8-7. That would be a fantastic result on their T side here. No chance for Na'Vi to win this, but can they recover anything in terms of weaponry? See them discussing their options here. Looking quite jovial about the situation. They have won the half here. It's a bit more convincing, but still a solid Train team. Na'Vi have been celebrated this tournament, I think, for their tactical approach. It's not something we've been excited about from this squad for a while, to be honest, but they slowed things right down. They're playing more as a unit instead of having Simple Electronic running around trying to kill everyone, so it's refreshing to see this slower gameplay come back into their scrapbook. But Alu now looking to find the remaining players. Doesn't matter too much. The CGs won't get a rifle from it, and they manage to trade it out and remove his armor. It's the final round of the first half here, 8-6, and it's clawing their way back into it. I'd say they deserve a few more. Their tactical approach has been wonderful. As they get double orbs on the T side, they won't stay on that. They're just going to go for those opening picks and take the AKs with them. You can juggle weapons to certain choke points, like inside. They've got 3 orbs. So yes, they'll try and juggle those weapons around now and leave them around main entrance. But it's going to hold up. As they know the money's low on the CT side, it's a good chance they push Ivy, push Pop Dog, and they'll go for these orb kills and throw them out of the map if they have to.
I thought Sergey was just going to go for the straight drop. Simple went so aggressively in toward Pop Dog. Waiting as well, as you say. You're absolutely right. They want to see if the CTs will push. Would have been unnecessary for Sergey to do the same as a result. Edward swings around. He's actually going to rotate back toward Ivy a little bit further because Electronic has called that there's been no action through his smoke already, and they're going to stack somewhat the B site with 3 players there. Simple, as well as I mentioned, is down still at the bottom of Pop Dog. He'll be able to rotate quickly. That all depends on whether or not they even go that way. He'll smoke himself off. Molotov behind him. Really not much room left to hide. Ariel even considers running across the site to pinch him in, but thinks better of it. Goes back to the ball instead. Don't watch him. Don't keep eyes that direction from the Oh, he just gets away, but he's caught off at the top of the ladder. He's evasive, but it won't work out entirely. As Edward caught off by Alu. Now the guns start to prevail, and they'll win another round. We're back to 8-7. 1 round between them, and it shows how close this game was.
Really enjoying this so far. Ence looks solid as a rock. They're not nervous at all. They're ready to challenge Na'Vi in this second half. It's 8-7. We'll take a break. You're not going to want to miss this.
Vincere proving that it was absolutely no fluke they took down Liquid, as Na'Vi putting up an incredible half. Simple was firing. Edward started off with an ace. They only have a one-round lead. It's 8-7. They are every bit as in this game as any team would be against them.
That's two up next as well. Ence and no slouches on that map. If they can somehow win this one, 2-0 Na'Vi here. What a crazy thought. I'm so impressed with their mental fortitude so far. They're showing a great array of strategies and good formation. As we've seen them switch over to the CT side now, it's Flamey. That could be first up on the chopping board as he'll be taken down here. Not quite.
Wow.
Somehow, he actually gets the frag there. What a strange turn of events.
Simple just barely caught the ball working in. Alu gets Flamey back, but that's not enough yet to call it level because they can rotate back off. They've got the bomb. They can force the defense to be very uncomfortable and get them out of position, which Edward now will confirm they are. They're back over toward the outside site, and Zeus walks into a free plant. Bomb has been planted. He's going to swing around behind them as well. He'll be spotted. But again, just has to slow them down, delay the retake. There is a kit for Alexi. We're doing everything he can at this point just to stay alive, because here comes Electronic. He's around behind. Edward doesn't even need him. They've already won it. 2 and Z connector. There's nowhere for the CTs to go. And that kit fell. That was the Alexi that they got. It's removed. It's far from the ball, and there's no chance that Sergey can do anything. Electronic takes down Alu. And it is 9-7.
That one started off a little bit strange. It looked like Flamey was absolutely done for. The coordinated push from the CTs towards main entrance looked like it would yield at least that first frag, but an awkward affair there. Seems like the CTs couldn't find that initial aim. It cost them a couple of frags to kick things off. Back towards inside Na'Vi go, and essentially they run away with the round. It looked like it could have been closer, but Na'Vi were very comfortable there. The positioning was good. The bomb was down. CTs didn't really have much access whatsoever. They will take the lead here and allow Na'Vi to get double digits and buy up in the next round. You can see Alu with $3,000. He'll actually go up for the AWP going forward as well.
You want to talk about mental fortitude nerves, by the way. Current frag leader, although tied now by Edward at 17, is Sergey.
Yeah. 16 years old.
I think he just turned 17, if I'm not mistaken.
17 years old, by the way.
Still ridiculous on Counter-Strike's biggest stage. Only his second best of 3 series, and he's leading the way.
Yeah, this is crazy. So many of these players on their rookie year. And in the semi-final, what could be the biggest CSGO event of all time. It's pretty remarkable, but here's Electronic getting it done. No doubt in my mind they win this, but how expensive will it be? They're going to have a MAC 10 so far, maybe an AK, but Edward holds his own. That's his second frag of the round, and this is where things get quite interesting now. Remember, Alu can purchase the AWP. 10-7 down, so plenty of time to get back into it, but it all starts here. Round 18, Zeus will stay in the MAC 10, and that's perfect. You have such an advantage after winning the pistol, knowing the CTs are buying up on the third as well. Good likelihood that they won't have helmets here, so the MAC 10 actually a very powerful weapon here. And indeed, there's only one player in the form of Aerial that has the helmet, so that means that MAC 10 has so much damage potential if it gets close range. Ideally, if you're dropping an execution here, staying as a 5-man unit and trying to overwhelm the CTs, get as close as possible.
Main goes in, Flamey barely scratched by it, goes down to 85. For X7. A vocal tug of war inside the Spodek. A bit the same inside of the Surfer because everyone's jostling for position in this first gun round of the second half. Aerial, he's got something to work with up close because Alexi's behind him, making sure that no one can catch him off guard.
CT's trying to get some map control here, but Sergey with the smoke out as soon as he detects any threat on the other side, he'll deploy that. Feels safe for now, and he would be right. They're falling back towards inside. Electronic has got the end of it. Flamey is here where there's so many players in front of him. Swallows the grenade down to 39 HP. The Molotov comes through. Aerial has to move.
Good read. Good anticipation that they wanted to be up close. Deep nade as well. X7 though does get Electronic. So even forced out of the main position. But now reclaimed. Able to find a kill backwards. And X7's going to double it up.
5 versus 3 and 35 seconds remaining. This is pretty lackluster from Na'Vi. Over one, he's trying to come out one by one towards the Ivy position. It hasn't worked out for them whatsoever. To a simple pulls one back, but not for long. Now just Flamey. Nothing can be done here. Has to just hold on to the AK-47 and hope they get aggressive to away a couple of kills.
Yeah, a couple of kills at best, but 39 HP. Again, now time is the factor. We said on the CT side, it doesn't matter if you go down after it expires. It does without a bomb plant on the T side. 2650, he's there about with everyone else, but he won't get anything on top of it if he dies after the round is gone.
Flame the AK. Na'Vi. Pretty underwhelming round, I have to say. Bullied out of main entrance, and then it seemed like the only solution was walking out of Ivy with no smokes down. One by one they went. I did just mention as well, you want to set a 5-man unit, they want to drop an execution and challenge the fact they won't have all the incendiaries. They don't have helmets and a few players. You want to really group up and punish that.